Yo, now give me a minute. I can now set this up. I got it set up. I don't think this is going to be permanent. I just want to get this set up because I got it for Christmas, and it's better than the microphone quality on the camera. But welcome to a new video, Xbox Series X. Is it good? Well, I'm here to tell you it's actually pretty darn nice. And there's plethora of reasons. For example, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but thank you guys for 600 and, what are we at now? 30 subs? 630 subs? Legends. So obviously the main specs that everybody knows is the Xbox Series X has 4K, 120 FPS, and if you go to HDR, it's what, 8K? And it's the most powerful Xbox they've ever made, obviously. It's got 12 teraflops of processing power. Teraflops. I don't even know what that means, but I know it's a lot. It obviously is a lot faster in different aspects, faster boot up time, faster loading times in between games, and obviously booting into games. If you haven't seen clips of that, you'll see some coming up soon. They also have the quick resume feature, which we couldn't figure out to work, but I think I can find some clips and give some credit. So if you're in this video, congrats. I stole your content. Lit. Obviously, they also have the new controllers, which has the new like textured D-pad, which looks really cool, and it's got very nice grip on the back, which we're going to look into some more later. But it's backwards compatible with a lot of games, like a lot of the Xbox One games specifically. And obviously, at its price point of going up and down sporadically, you're never going to find it. We got very lucky to get one though. So let's cut to some information about it. First thing we can look at is the fast load times. We took some footage of just starting it up, and I started a timer, so if you guys want to watch it, here it is. That's crazy. And see how fast the game loaded? Oh, it's amazing. And I forgot what I was going to say. But the camera's not going to be able to show it as well as you could see it in person. But I have a 144 hertz monitor. And the Xbox, as long as you change it to the right settings, can produce 4K at 120 FPS. But we don't. That's not a 4K monitor. It's actually just a 1080p monitor. So we did 1080p at 120 hertz, which I don't think you can tell. But it's like, if you own a 120 or 144 hertz monitor, you can kind of tell if it's a 144 hertz monitor. It's hard to explain to people that have a 60 hertz, but it's a lot smoother and crisper gameplay, and video looks outstanding. That's the word I was trying to get out, and I couldn't. Here we have footage of the controller in person. There's probably better pictures on the Xbox website, which I'll try to pull up clips of, but it has very nice grips on the back, and the D-pad is very, very, very... It's very stiff. I don't know. I don't like it that much, the D-pad, but Dylan probably loves it because he plays Xbox every day. So he probably doesn't mind it. The thing I do like the most about this controller is that there is grips on the bumpers, very little tiny bumps, to add a little grip to the bumpers and the triggers. By the way, it weighs about 10 pounds, so it's not heavy, but it's hefty. All in all, it's a great console. The only issue with it is that I've had this pet peeve since I saw the console release. I knew they were going to do this, but they made it very limited. And nowadays, people are just selling them on eBay for thousands of dollars, and they're making money off of it. It's unbelievable. I wish Xbox would have waited to release. Honestly, they got the Christmas sales and all that stuff, and they made plenty of money from that. But they definitely should have waited to release it because it is in very limited stock, and it won't probably be in stock like easily in public until like maybe February. Some other downsides I like to talk about, because obviously when there's ups, there's downs. The UI for the thing is very, very, very similar. Who? is very, very similar to the Xbox One, so there's not much of a difference. It's like a exact replica, basically. So if you don't like the Xbox One UI, you're not going to like the Xbox Series X UI. It's the same thing. And by UI, the user interface, if you're not good with terms like that. Some things I would recommend if you're going to purchase one of these things. Number one, buy a second controller, because honestly, if you're going to play any of these games and you don't want to have to spend it online, a second controller is useful. We bought him a second one because it came with a bundle, so I'd recommend that if you're going to do that. Number two, buy an extra external hard drive. We bought on a 2 terabyte Xbox made. The camera literally said battery exhausted and just cut off. I don't know where it cut off, but I recommend getting the 2 terabyte hard drive externally, because 1 terabyte in today's time is not enough, especially with Cold War being what? It was like 70 something gigs, and then Warzone with the multiplayer being 136 gigabytes. That is not enough. You need to get more storage. 2 terabytes, we made sure that he didn't have to worry about storage for a while, but if you don't want to worry about, or if you're not too worried about storage and you think 2 terabytes is enough, just buy a 1 terabyte hard drive that's extra, external. But all in all, I would rate the console like a solid 8 out of 10. Like, the quality, unless you have a 4K, is pretty average. But if you do have a 4K, or if you can go up to 8K HDR, amazing. 120 FPS, especially at 4K, oh, dude, that is unbelievable. So I would recommend, if you have a 4K or 8K TV / monitor, or 144 hertz monitor plus, if you have any of that, I recommend getting the Xbox, because it is so fast, so quick, and it's going to look amazing, and you're going to love the smooth performance. If you have a 1080p monitor that doesn't go up to 120 hertz, or if you have a 4K monitor and you have an Xbox One, I don't recommend buying it just yet. Because honestly, the only difference is like quick the stuff is. In reality, nothing really changed for the Xbox One, from the Xbox One to the Xbox Series X, which is kind of sad. I recommend, if you have a 4K or 8K monitor or a 1080p monitor with a 120 hertz plus refresh rate, then go for it. But other than that, there is no reason to go buy the Xbox Series X or go try and find it on eBay and get scammed, because holy cow, it is so easy to get scammed on today's society with these Xbox Series X. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hope you guys have a great new year. By the time this is up, it is New Year. Actually, I think it'll be the first day of the new year. And I have a plan, which you guys will see not for a long time, because it's going to take a bit. But I do have a plan. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I didn't think about this, but I have to take this down now because this isn't gonna stay. This was stupid.